Hello, students of the mysteries. This is the Guru Shivastus Solomonicus. Today we're going to be talking about the origins of the eye in the pyramid. You might also know me by my pen name, Rabbi Bolsheva. Now, the concept of the eye in the pyramid existed before the times of Pythagoras, but Pythagoras brought that knowledge to the West in its purest form. Pythagoras was obsessed with something known as the tetractys, which means fourthness. Now, fourthness had something to do with the natural algorithms in music and notes. Now, I'm not an expert on music. I don't know a lot about it. But it had to do with the octaves, which means 8, and the number 4. Now, the tetractys was a triangle that had 10 dots inside it. And these 10 dots are associated in a way with the tribe of Israel, which I sometimes refer to as the cult of 10 because they were obsessed with the number 10. At one time, human beings had a 10-month calendar. And we know this because the last 4 months of the year are September, October, November, and December, or Sapta, Octa, Nova, Deca. Now we have 2 invasive months, July and August, which are actually named after Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar. So they are 2 invasive months that stretch the number of our months to 12. But those 2 Caesars also marked the Pax Romana, or the middle mark in the Pax Romana. Now the Jews had tithing, or what we would refer to today as taxing, which was the giving of the 10th portion. They also had the 10 commandments and the 10 plagues. 10 played a very important part in their ideology, and there are 10 Sephiroth in the Sefer Yetzirah. Now, it's obvious if you look at the concept of the ziggurats from ancient Persia and the pyramids in Egypt. It's obvious that the concept pre-existed Pythagoras, though Pythagoras most likely understood it better than anybody else and possibly contributed to it. He actually created the first proof of the Pythagorean theorem. Now, I can't prove this, but I am certain that Pythagoras was a Kabbalist, or at least contributed to the philosophy of Kabbalah. There's just too many rhetorical tautologies. There's just too much agreement. It's too obvious for me. So if you observe the tetractys, what you see is that there are 6 points that can be connected to make a hexagonal kind of eyeball. And then there's also a point in the middle which would represent the iris. This is the eye in the pyramid. The 3 dots on the extremities represent Chokmah, Binah, and Keter, or the supernal triad. In some depictions of Pythagoras' art, you will find references to the muses, and you'll see a triangle above a triangle, and there's 3 dots in the triangle above, and in the triangle below there's 6 dots. 10 was considered the perfect number to the Pythagoreans, and is probably the ancient origins of the decimal system. The reasoning is, all the numbers that exist inside the number 10, and after the number 10, they essentially repeat themselves. Now, oftentimes, the eye in the pyramid is referred to as the unfinished work. We're going to meditate on this for a little bit. The word work is actually the word theurgia, which means God's work. And from the Pythagorean perspective, life was supposed to be a trial. It was supposed to be suffering. It was supposed to be difficult. We incarnated on this planet to understand what it's like to be God. And we do that by living life and balancing out the 4 elements inside ourselves in the form of fire, water, air, and earth. And it's the 5th element, the quintessence, that does that balancing out. And the quintessence is love and or the human heart. With this human heart, we make choices as we walk our life path of soul perfection. From the Buddhist perspective, it is the bodhicitta, the heart-mind. It is essentially that heart-mind that creates the torus-shaped energy field that surrounds our body. It is the evolution of our heart-mind that creates our soul energy and the direction that we travel in our life. The other interesting thing about this concept of the eye in the pyramid is that it's separate from the rest of the pyramid, which means that you do your work, but at the same time your work is never finished. Or, from another perspective, it's only finished in the spirit world after your mahasamadhi, or the death of your physical body, or the vehicle of your soul. Thank you for tuning in today. This has been the Guru Shivastus Solomonicus. Be sure to tune in next time when we discuss another occult topic.